Children, how are you all? Today we are going to study about the third part of lines and angles of chapter 5. Are you all ready? In this section we are going to study about pairs of lines. The first pair of lines are intersecting lines. Intersecting lines are two lines in the same plane that share exactly one point. This shared point is called the point of intersection. In the figure AB and CD are two lines which intersect at point O. This point O is called the point of intersection. The second pair of lines are called perpendicular lines. Two intersecting lines in the same plane which intersect at right angles are called perpendicular lines. In the figure, AB and CD are perpendicular lines because they intersect at right angles. See here in this figure, AOD is equal to 90 degrees, angle AOC is again equal to 90 degrees, angle COB is again 90 degrees, and angle BOD is again 90 degrees. Such perpendicular lines are denoted by perpendicular. This is the notation for perpendicular lines. So we write perpendicular lines as AB perpendicular to CD. AB is perpendicular to CD because they intersect at right angles. Understood, children? The next pair of lines which we are going to study are called parallel lines. Parallel lines can be defined as two lines in the same plane that are at equal distance from each other and do not meet even after extending the lines. In the figure, AB and CD are called parallel lines because the perpendicular distance between them are equal. Here L, M and N are the perpendicular distances and L is equal to M, M is equal to N. So we say AB is parallel to CD. Here parallel lines are denoted by two vertical lines. So line AB is parallel to line CD. So we can write line AB is parallel to line CD. The most common example is your green board where the opposite sides, that is consider this side and this side. They are opposite sides and they are parallel to each other. Now you consider these vertical sides. This side and this vertical side both are parallel to each other. But now you see, children, you consider this side and this side. They are called adjacent sides, and these adjacent sides they form perpendicular lines. They form perpendicular lines since the angle between these two lines are equal to 90 degrees. Did you understand, children? Now we are going to study about a new term called transversal. Now what is a transversal? A line that intersects two or more lines at distinct points is called a transversal. Now what is the meaning of distinct? Distinct means different. Now here in the figure, line AB and line CD are two lines which are cut by another line M. And this line M is called the transversal. Now why line M is called the transversal? Because line M is intersecting AB at point O and also intersecting line CD at point P. Now here you see, children, point O and point P are at different places. So we say point O and P as distinct points. So that's why we call line M as the transversal. Now we are going to study about angles made by a transversal. Children, see the figure here. We have line AB and line CD which is cut by the transversal M at two different points, that is point O and point P. Now we will see the angles formed around point O. When a transversal intersects line AB at point O, 4 angles are formed, that is angle 1, angle 2, angle 3 and angle 4. Now when the transversal is cutting line CD at P, again 4 angles are formed, that is angle 5, angle 6, angle 7 and angle 8. That means altogether we have 8 angles. Now see here children, here angle 1 is adjacent to angle 2, angle 2 is adjacent to angle 3, angle 3 is adjacent to angle 4, angle 4 is adjacent to angle 1. And also children, angle 1 and angle 2, they form a linear pair since M is a straight line. Now angle 2 and angle 3, they too form a linear pair since AB is a straight line. Angle 3 and angle 4, they too form a linear pair since M is a straight line. Angle 4 and angle 1, they too form a linear pair since AB is a straight line. And also children, for angle 5 and angle 6, they too form a linear pair since M is a straight line. Angle 6 and angle 7, they too form a linear pair since line CD is a straight line. Angle 7 and angle 8, they too form a linear pair since M is a straight line. Angle 8 and angle 5, they too form a linear pair since CD is a straight line. And also children, angle 1 is equal to angle 3, angle 4 is equal to angle 2 since they are vertically opposite angles. In the same way, angle 5 is equal to angle 7 and angle 8 is equal to angle 6 since they are vertically opposite angles. And you have learnt about vertically opposite angles and linear pair and adjacent angles in your previous class. So I hope you would have understood what I have discussed here. Those 8 angles which I have learnt in the previous slide have different or special names for these angles made by the transversal. So we say interior angles are angle 2, angle 3, angle 5, angle 8. Exterior angles, angle 1, angle 4, angle 6 and angle 7. Pairs of corresponding angles, angle 1 and angle 5, angle 4 and angle 8. Angle 2 and angle 6, angle 3 and angle 7. Pairs of alternate interior angles, angle 2 and angle 8, angle 3 and angle 5. Pairs of alternate exterior angles, angle 1 and angle 7, angle 4 and angle 6. Then pairs of interior angles on the same side of the transversal, that is angle 2 and angle 5, angle 3 and angle 8. Children, we will be learning about these pairs of angles separately one by one. Children, now we will learn how to identify different angles which are seen in the previous slide. Here in the figure, AB and CD are 2 lines which are cut by the transversal M. The first thing which you are going to learn are called interior angles. What are interior angles? All the angles which lie between the 2 lines are called interior angles. In the given figure, angle 2, angle 3, angle 5 and angle 8 are the interior angles. Now we will see how they are called the interior angles. Children, see here AB and CD are 2 lines. Now which are the angles inside these 2 lines? We can see that angle 2, angle 3, angle 8 and angle 5 are lying in between these 2 lines. So we call them as interior angles. So children, did you all understand what are interior angles? Yes, those angles which lie between these 2 lines are called interior angles. So the angles which lie between these 2 lines are angle 2, angle 3, angle 8 and angle 5. Children, now we are going to study about alternate interior angles. Now you all know about interior angles. Now we are going to study about alternate interior angles. Now what are they? What are the properties? Alternate interior angles, they lie between the two lines. That is the first point. The second point, they have different vertices. The third point, they are on opposite sides of the transversal. Let us see in the figure. Here, line AB and line CD are cut by the transversal M. Here, angle 2, angle 3, angle 8 and angle 5 are four interior angles since they lie in between the two lines. Now children, consider the angles, that is angle 2 and angle 8. Angle 2 and angle 8. They are lying in between the two angles and they are having different vertices. Now angle 2 is having vertex O, angle 8 is having vertex P. Also they are lying on either side of the transversal. They are lying on either side of the transversal. So we say angle 2 and angle 8 as alternate interior angles. Now consider the other two angles, that is angle 3 and angle 5. They are also interior angles and they are also lying on different vertices. Angle 3 is having vertex O, angle 5 is having vertex P. Also angle 3 and angle 5, they are lying on either side of the transversal. So we call such pairs of angles as alternate interior angles. Children, now we are going to study about alternate exterior angles. Now what are alternate exterior angles? The properties are, the first property, they lie outside the two lines. The second property, they have different vertices. And the third point, they are on opposite sides of the transversal. Now let us see in the figure. Here line AB and line CD are cut by the transversal M. Here already you know children, angle 2, angle 3, angle 8 and angle 5 are interior angles. Now here you see angle 1, angle 4, angle 7 and angle 6 are called exterior angles since they lie outside line AB and also outside line CD. So what are the exterior angles? Angle 1, angle 4, angle 7 and angle 6. And now we are going to study about alternate exterior angles. Now consider angle 1 and angle 7. Angle 1 and angle 7 are exterior angles. Now angle 1 is having vertex O and angle 7 is having vertex P. And also angle 1 and angle 7 are on either side of the transversal. Hence angle 1 and angle 7, they form a pair of alternate exterior angles. Now consider angle 4 and angle 6. Angle 4 and angle 6 are a pair of exterior angles. Also angle 4 is having vertex O, angle 6 is having vertex P. And also angle 4 and angle 6 are on either side of the transversal. They are on either side of the transversal. So again they too form a pair of alternate exterior angles. So when two lines are cut by a transversal, two pairs of alternate exterior angles are formed. Here in this figure, angle 1 and angle 7, angle 4 and angle 6 are the two pairs of alternate exterior angles. The next type of angles which you are going to learn are called corresponding angles. The next type of angles which you are going to learn are called corresponding angles. When can two angles be corresponding angles? First thing, they should lie on the same side of the transversal. The second point, they should have different vertices. And the third point, they should be on the same side and they should be in the same relative position at each intersection. Now we will see each point separately. Now here in the figure, AB and CD are two lines. They are cut by the transversal M. Okay, and now here we know angle 1, angle 4, angle 7 and angle 6 are exterior angles. Angle 2, angle 3, angle 8 and angle 5 are interior angles. Now you see here angle 1 and angle 5. Angle 1 and angle 5. They form a pair of corresponding angles. See children, they form a pair of corresponding angles. Why? Because angle 1 and angle 5, they are on the same side of the transversal. That is the first point. Second point, they are lying on different vertices. Angle 1 is having vertex O, angle 5 is having vertex P. And also here you see angle 1 is an exterior angle and here angle 5 is an interior angle. Angle 1 is an exterior angle, angle 5 is an interior angle. So they are in a relative position and we say such type of angles as corresponding angles. Children, did you all understand why angle 1 and angle 5 are corresponding angles? Angle 1 and angle 5, they are on the same side of the transversal. Angle 1 is having point O as the vertex, angle 5 is having point P as the vertex, and also here angle 1 is an exterior angle, angle 5 is an interior angle. Such type of angles are known as corresponding angles. So angle 1 and angle 5 is a pair of corresponding angles. Now we will see the other pair of corresponding angles. Here you see children, angle 2 and angle 6, angle 2 and angle 6. So angle 2 and angle 6, they are on the same side of the transversal. Yes. Now angle 2 has vertex O and angle 6 has vertex P. Understood? Okay. And now angle 2 is an interior angle and angle 6 is an exterior angle. So we say angle 2 corresponds to angle 6. Angle 2 corresponds to angle 6 and angle 2 and angle 6 are called corresponding angles. Now we go to the other side of the transversal. Take angle 4 and angle 8. Take angle 4 and angle 8. They are on the same side of the transversal. Angle 4 has vertex O, angle 8 has vertex P. Angle 4 has vertex O and angle 8 has vertex P. Also angle 4 is an exterior angle, angle 8 is an interior angle. So we say angle 4 and angle 8 are corresponding angles. Angle 4 and angle 8 are corresponding angles. And then again we have angle 3 and angle 7. They are also the same side of the transversal. Now angle 3 is having vertex O, angle 7 is also having vertex P, and also angle 3 is an interior angle, angle 7 is an exterior angle. So they are also forming angle 3 and angle 7 are also called corresponding angles. So when two lines are cut by a transversal, we have four pairs of corresponding angles. When two lines are cut by a transversal, how many pairs of corresponding angles do we get? We have four pairs of corresponding angles. What are they? Angle 1, angle 5, angle 2, angle 6, angle 4, angle 8 and angle 3 and angle 7. Did you all understand, children? Children, now a small homework for you all. You have to classify the following 8 figures into intersecting, perpendicular or parallel lines. I hope you will be able to do it, children. It is very easy. Thank you, children. Have a nice time.